Now, in his relationship with North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un, Donald Trump brought with him an understanding of the need to adapt when deals don't go as planned. He honed this from decades of high-level real estate negotiations in New York. Kim and his father Kim Jong-il had since 1994 used their nuclear-armed aggression and despotic volatility to their own advantage, but not against Trump. Frustrated by the North Korean relationship not going his way after less than a year in office, Trump played Kim at his own game, threatening to unleash, quote, fire and fury like the world has never seen. It worked. Kim Jong-un got the message, wound back his missile testing, and took his seat at the negotiating table. This led to Trump famously crossing the demilitarized zone, normally one of the most dangerous places in the world, into North Korea. He was the first US president to cross that border since Korea was divided in 1953. Trump did likewise with Russian President Vladimir Putin. He claims to have told Putin that if Russia invaded Ukraine, the US would bomb Moscow. Did he mean it? Maybe not. But Putin didn't dare test Trump's resolve. Putin wasn't so cautious when Trump's predecessor, Barack Obama, was in office. He invaded Ukraine in 2014 and took the Crimean Peninsula. And he resumed his aggression even more vigorously as soon as Trump was replaced by the bumbling Joe Biden. These days, hardball negotiating is nothing like it was during Trump's time. Walking out of top-level meetings has become commonplace, but this has more to do with petulance than strategy. Last week, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov attended the G20 meeting in Bali. It was the highest level meeting between Russia and the West since Russia invaded Ukraine. So this was a rare opportunity to strike a deal, even if the likelihood of success was low. Lavrov received an ice-cold reception and was even heckled by delegates who asked him when he would end the war. Afterwards, he said, quote, "The West doesn't want talks to take place, but wishes for Ukraine to defeat Russia on the battlefield." He concluded, quote, "There is nothing to talk about with the West." Then he left. This is different to Trump's brinkmanship because there was no cost to Russia for walking away, and Lavrov suffered no damage at home from Russians who, for deeply entrenched cultural reasons, support the war in Ukraine. In some ways, it was surprising that Lavrov was even in Bali, let alone being prepared to talk to the West. The West had made it clear at the previous G20 meeting in Washington in April that they weren't interested in open dialogue. At that meeting, United States Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen led a walkout of Western diplomats merely because a couple of Russian officials were appearing via video. Her Canadian counterpart, Chrystia Freeland, was indignant about the Russian presence, saying, quote, "The world's democracies will not stand idly by in the face of continued Russian aggression and war crimes." She went on, quote, "Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine is a grave threat to the global economy. Russia should not be participating or included in these meetings." Where's the diplomacy in that? What was she trying to achieve, other than to look mildly assertive? These people couldn't negotiate a discount on an overpriced second-hand larder, let alone find a path to peace with a nuclear-armed aggressor.